ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಶರಣು ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು. Dear learning enthusiasts, welcome back to SBPS online classes. Dear students, in the previous video class we have started NCERT class 6th our past 1 chapter number 3 in the earlier cities, and we had discussion on the contents, the story of Harappa, the layout of the cities, new crafts in the cities. Now we are going to discuss in search of raw materials, food for people in the cities, the mystery over decline of Harappan civilization. Yes, dear kids, in the previous video class we had the discussion that the cotton was probably grown in Mehergar about 7,000 years ago, and actual pieces of cloth were found attached to the lid of silver vase and some copper objects at Mohenjo-daro. So these archaeologist remains gives us messages that gives us message that the peoples were involved in the craft works, using the raw materials and making the fine goods. Those persons are called the specialist. So in making the fine objects they were used the terracotta as well as fence. So terracotta, it is the one of the red clay used for making the toys, and another one is the spindle whorls. So fence is also one of the material. It is artificial produced material used for the some of the toys, and plates, saucers, cups, as well as the vase, and as well as the spindle whorls. So start with what is the how they are made the fence objects. So start with the reading of the fence. Fence, it is a material that is artificially produced. So it is an artificial material, but in the seashore or ocean shore you can observe the shells are unlike material or a stone, those are found naturally, but fence are just like a shell. So shiny objects on the surface, and inside there is a sand powder used to make the object. So just like a shell. So a gum was used to shape sand or powdered quartz into the an objects. So making the fence object they were used the sand powder as well as the or powdered quartz. So used quartz, it is the powder of the rocky object, and the object were then glazed, resulting in a shiny glassy surface. So giving the glassy surface or a shiny object they were used the glazed powder for the making the surface of the fence object. So this is called the fence. The colors of the glaze were usually blue and sea green. So fence, they are using the materials with two colors. One is the blue, another one is the sea green. Fence was used to make beads, bangles, earrings, and tiny vessels. So just you, this is the one of the fence object. It is a sea green object. Just you observe. So this picture depicts about the these are the beads. Beads are made with the fence means glue is used for glue and sand powder is combination of the gum that made the object, and giving the glassy surface they used the glaze powder. So this is about the fence. Next we go through the, so this picture also depicts about the these are the some beads made with the fence materials. And just you observe, this is the one of the object that it has the shiny surface or a glassy surface. Inside you have the, just you observe, two inside part is showing here. So the this shows us the material used inside, that is sand and glue. And next we go through the information of in search of raw materials. To making using the raw materials and making the fine goods they require the some raw materials. What are the raw materials? Raw materials are substances that are either found naturally or produced by farmers or herders. Sometimes naturally produced, for example stones are naturally we can find, but the some are produced, like for example farmer produce the cotton, and cotton is utilized for the making the threads, cotton clothes, weaving the cotton clothes, as well as some of the materials with the cotton. So just like a fine goods. So these are the then proceed to produce finished goods. For example, cotton produced by farmers that may be processed to make cloth, just like a jam. So jam is the finest goods. It is made with the one of the precious stone that is cut, polished, and with measurement wise, so you can get the finest goods like a precious gem. And Harappans probably get copper from present day Rajasthan. So it is all about the metals. So the metals, using of the metals, they were got the knowledge. So which metals on the civilized on the earliest cities the archaeologists found out, probably they get the copper metal present day Rajasthan. So the Rajasthan traders giving supply, they were given the supply of the copper material to the Harappan cities. And even from Oman is the one of the country in West Asia. So the Oman, from the Oman and Rajasthan, they were exported the copper material to the Harappan cities. And tin is one of the metal, was it is a combination of metals. So it was mixed with copper to produce bronze. So tin and copper mixing, that create the one more metal, that is bronze, may have been brought from present day Afghanistan and Iran. So the bronze material imported by the Afghanistan and Iran. So gold also, gold is the precious gem, sorry, precious metal that could have come all the way from the present day Karnataka. For example, Hatti gold mines and Kolar gold mines. So these are gold mines, though, and they were given supply to the Harappan earliest periods to making the ornaments or jewelries. Next we go through the, so raw materials are produced, or sometimes they naturally found out by, and who produce the raw materials, for example farmers and herders. So cotton, it is the produced, and it made the specialist persons, we call it as skilled persons, made the objects, the fine objects, that are threads and birds and even the cotton cloth. So next we go through them. So this is also one of the agriculture produce, the oil seeds are producing by the agriculture and making the fine goods like various oil seeds, making the various oils. So these are the fine goods. So with the another one, metal is the raw material. It is produced and using the metals, making the fine objects like ornaments. So understood, dear children, how to made the using the raw materials and making the fine goods. And next we go through which are the materials and sources came from. So gold is coming from Karnataka, Afghanistan and Persia, and silver from Afghanistan and Iran, and copper is given supply from the Rajasthan, and tin is from Afghanistan and Central Asia, that we call Oman, and another one jade and carnelian, these are the some of the gems given supply from the Central Asia and Saurashtra. So these are the some metals: aluminum, brass, bronze, copper, gold, and silver and tin. So these are the some metals they were used. That's why during this period, civilization period, called the Bronze Age civilization. So next we go through the, so how they were manufactured the bronze. So combination of the two metals that gives the bronze. Which are the combination? One is the tin, another one is the copper. So both combination of the metals that produce the one more metal, that is bronze metal. So bronze metal is used for utilizing the utensils and making the ornaments and agriculture tools and so on. So archaeologists found out the bronze metal ornaments and the tools in the some earlier cities. And next we go through the in search of food for people in the cities. Yes, dear students, the earliest cities located on the bank of the river Indus and its tributaries. So which are located on the bank of the river, they only produce the agriculture. So remaining places are located on the coastal regions, they were not produced the agriculture, because they were involved in the trading work and as well as the craft works. So start with the food for people in the cities. So many people lived in the cities. The other living in the countryside grew crops and reared animals. So their main occupation in the who are living on the bank of the rivers, their main occupation is producing the crops and as well as rearing the animals. So means animals means they will they will produce the milk products, and these farmers and herders supply food for to whom crops craft persons, scribes means who are got the knowledge about the writing. So for example, on the seals they are engraving the figures and the scripts and manuscripts. So that person called the scribes. And rulers in the cities, the agriculturist, and herders means who are herding the animals. Those persons are providing the milk products and the food crops to the craft persons, scribes and rulers. And for example, as we know that the crops are collected in the form of taxes. During the natural disasters, the crops were utilized. So and these crops are preserved in the granaries. So and Harappans grew wheat, barley, pulses, peas, rice, sesame, linseed and mustard. So these are the crops they were grown on the bank of the river Indus as well as some tributaries. So a new tool, that is flow. Flow is the one of the agriculture tool that was used for the digging the earth, for turning the soil and planting the seeds. In three works they were used the flow. Flow share is the one of the agriculture tool made with the wood or a metal that was used for digging the earth, turning the soil and planting the seeds. As this reason does not receive rainfall. So for example, the during the because the climatical changes we can observe from starting in the west side. So these places they were they were not receive the heavy rainfall. Some form of irrigation may have been used. So this means that water was stored and supplied to the fields when the plants were growing. So during the rainy season they were stored the rainwater with reservoirs and utilized for the irrigation purpose. So this means that water was stored and supplied to the fields when the plants were growing time. So next we go through the which are the seeds and the food grains they were and pulses they were cultivated. So wheat, barley, pulses, peas, rice, sesame, linseed, mustard and fruits, sometimes dry fruits. So next we go through the, so these are the some red linseeds and the split red lentils. So these are the some crops they were utilizing for day to day life in the their food habit. And flow share, it is the flow share, it is made with the wood or a metal, so used for the digging the earth. And major crops they were produced, especially the barley and the wheat. And the 1 hour chad is the one of the crop that archaeologists found out on the Harappan civilization earlier cities. And goods carried from one place to another place with the cart. So cart is utilized for the transfer the seeds from transport the seed sorry yes, transport the crops from one place to another place and raw materials from one place to another place. So and uh, so these carts are made with two wheels and one is the cart, and the cart is pulled by the two oxen. So next we go through the Harappan towns in Gujarat. Which are the Harappan towns? Those are famous for the raw materials and in trading and agriculture and so on. So Dholavira is the one of the place located on Khadir Belt in the Run of Kutch. So Run of Kutch means Gulf of Kutch. So Gulf of Kutch means Gulf means it is the narrow way inside the land. So the two lands are available. Inside the two lands there is a one way to enter the sea water. So this place is called the Gulf. So Gulf of Kutch, it is located in our Khadir belt where there was fresh water and fertile is available. So fertile land because Dholavira the bank of the rivers, it is located on the bank of the river. So fresh water and fertile soil is available. So Dolavira was divided into three parts, which part each part was surrounded with massive stone walls. As we know that Mohenjo-daro, it is divided into two cities. One is the upper city and the lower city. Upper city, it is utilized for the rulers, and surrounding the all the palaces with the massive wall that we call citadel. So like that, in the Dholavira, they made the three parts, and those three parts are surrounded by the massive walls. And for entering these cities, they have given the entrance for the gateways. And there was also a large open area in a settlement. So large open area also provided for the settlements. Settlements means living, people are living, and construction of the houses, and where public ceremonies could be held. So some area is given to the ceremonies. Here, for example, during festival time, for example, someone lost their life, means all the peoples are gathered and involved in the ritual time. So that purpose, they were given the space to the ritual time. They will get gathered in that place, and they will follow the ceremonies. And other finds include large letters of Harappan script that were curved and perhaps inlaid in wood. So in this place in Dholavira, some of the seals archaeologists found out. On the seal surface, they were engraved the some scripts, as well as some of the animals figure also. Those seals are in the form of wood. Next we go through the, so where is Dholavira? Dholavira is located in the Gulf of Kutch, so or a run of Kutch in the Khadir belt. And it so this is the Gulf. So you have the two Gulf in the particular place. So this is the run of Kutch or a Gulf of Kutch. It is the Gulf of Khambat. And these are the some seals the archaeologists found out. Those are made with the wood. And next we go through the another one important city, that is Lothal. Lothal stood beside the tributary of Sabarmati in Gujarat. So just you observe, this is the Lothal. It is located on the bank of the river Sabarmati in Gujarat. So and it is also close to the Gulf of Khambat. So this is the Gulf of Khambat. And this was an important center for making out objects of the stone, shell and metal. So using the stone, shell and metal, they were made the fine objects. For example, using the precious stone, they are cutting and curving and polishing those stones. They will get precious gems. So these gems are utilized for the making the jewelries, as well as metals. So for using metals, making the utensils, tools, as well as the jewelries. So there was also a storehouse in the city. So storehouse means all the raw materials are collected and stored in a one room with systematically inside, they were arranged. So these houses are called the storehouses. On Lothal, there are elaborate storehouses were available. And dockyard at Lothal. So dockyard, it is the huge tank may have been a dockyard. So there were boat and ships came in from the sea and through the river channel, and goods were probably loaded and unloaded here. So this is the one of the just like a reservoir, or a it is a for example, it is constructed a huge tank to enter the all the ships, small ships, into the dockyard. So you can observe, this is the sea, and the sea is connected with the rivers, and from the sea to the ships are enter with the rivers. And this is the dockyard. It is a constructed tank. So the all the small boats enter the dockyard and unload and load the raw materials. So these are the storehouses. So these are the storehouses. They elaborated storehouses or a huge and storehouses all the loaded and unloaded materials are stored in these places. For example, fine goods as well as raw goods. And next we go through the, so which are the reasons to mastery over decline of the Harappan civilization? Means the fall of the civilization or a end of the Harappan civilization, there are many reasons. One is the given in your textbook, that is the Harappan civilization suddenly declined around 3900 years ago. Suddenly, which are the causes that suddenly the civilization fall or came to end? So in the 3900 years ago, there are various reasons. Start with the first reason: broken roads and clogs drains indicate towards the decline in infrastructure. So collapse of the roads as well as the drains that produce the insects and the bad smell, bad odor. So and more insects produce means the environment polluted, and the diseases spread. For example, plague, cholera, and so on. So these places, unhygienic places, they were converted, so the peoples lost their life in the some dishes. So this is the one of the reason. And excavations from later period do not show remains of materials from distant places. This shows that the trade from the outside world had stopped. Means the raw materials and fine goods are exporting and importing from the countries, those are stopped. Trading business was stopped. So this is the one of the reason to the fine goods and the raw materials are not available. So the people may be changed their place to another place for in need of the raw materials or fine goods. And houses were no longer as good as during the earlier period, and people of the city were no longer prosperous. Means the houses collapsed some during the natural disaster, for example earthquake, volcano, or so on. And people of the city were no longer precious, prosperous means rich. So and historians have not yet identified the proper cause of the decline of the Indus Valley civilization. Some guesses have been made, which are as follows. So there is a possibility that the rivers dried up. It forced people to move to some places. So in the during the natural disaster time, like rivers dried up during the overflood of the rivers, and earthquake time, so that why forced to people to move to some places. And there were too many bricks, kilns, and furnaces that may have damaged the environment. So making the fine goods like baked bricks, they required the raw material like some of the soil. So digging the soil, and it may cause of the one of the erode the place. So it is also damaged, it was also damaged the environment in the earlier cities. This would have led to deforestation also. So deforestation means the plants are not going not growing at that place because the soil is not good, and rain also not falling regularly. So these are the some causes for deforestation, and even the cutting of the forest. So lack of green cover may have forced people to move to some other places, because the people have herding the animals. So in search of animals food and as well as their food, they probably they were changed the another place where the grasslands are available. So overgrazing by cattle and sheep may have also resulted in loss of forest. This would have led to deforestation, for example formation of desert. So after the deforestation, the place is converted to desert. So the place, it is not remains the coldest place, it is converted into the hottest place, because there is a no one plants is available. So there is also a possibility of large scale epidemic and or a natural calamity. So it could have wiped out a major portion of the population. For example, the pandemics, during the pandemics, like diseases, so that hit the place of the earlier cities, those suddenly fall of the population we can observe, we can read by the archaeologists and historians records. Next, and end of the Harappan civilization, the environment change such as shift in climatic patterns and consequent agriculture disasters. So this is the one of the reason. And natural disasters such as tectonic events leading to the flooding of Mohenjo-daro, the drying of the Saraswati river, or other calamities. For example, the flood that hits the place of Mohenjo-daro, so Indus Valley and the tributaries that affect the place on the surface of the bank. So the Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Kalibangan, these are the cities completely wash out. And Saraswati river, so Saraswati river is dried up, and other calamities also. And third one, invasions of a tribes people from the hills to the west of Indus Valley. Perhaps even Indo-Aryans disrupted the cities. So invasions, the peoples who are coming from the other places, they were acquired the land, and they were destroyed the all the cities. So this is also one of the cause for the end of the civilization. So in next upcoming class we will cover the next topic. Till then, bye bye, stay home, stay safe.